What's up, kings and queens? It's your boy Dan from Daft Previews. In today's video, I've got 3 more picks to share with you. I'll give you my reasons why. That sounds interesting. Let's go.
Sub to the channel cause your boy's getting busy. Coming to your line from the west side of Sydney. We've got the free picks and the juice on the daily. It's all free, you don't even have to pay me.
Before we jump into the picks, let's recap the day that was. I shared 3 picks with you guys yesterday. We got 2 and 1 in those. On the WNBA, we smashed on Jonquel Jones over her points and rebounds. She covered that in her points alone. We also cashed in Nickeil Alexander-Walker over 7.5 points in the NBA. In terms of the loss, it was Paige Beckers over 6.5 assists. She finished with 5, and I'm surprised she finished with 5 because that Dallas offense sucked. Ogunbowale, Carrington, they're the 2 players I needed to play well for Paige Beckers to have a chance, and they were dog shit today. I was happy with the usage. It's something I'll definitely run back, maybe in a softer matchup. Paige Beckers, let's keep an eye on her. In terms of more value plays, we had a same game parlay with Jonquel Jones and Aaliyah Boston at plus 300. We just missed Nickeil Alexander-Walker over 12.5 points. He finishes with 12. Damn blowouts. In terms of soccer, we go 1-1 there. So kind of a break-even day, but for the most part, I'm happy with the reads for the WNBA. I've tracked all the bets. Obviously, this WNBA season, hitting straight picks at almost 62%, which is fantastic. Provided I keep doing that, I'll be a very happy chappy. Just need to get more of these value plays to cash for us. It's the only real opportunity I'm seeing right now. In the NBA, we're keeping volume light, staying disciplined. And I guess since I've waved the white flag and gone crazy in the NBA, those picks have been looking good too. Soccer, going to continue to run that when I see value. Same thing with the MLB. But if you're interested in getting all of my bets, I'll leave a link for it down below. There's a WNBA season pass, which is heavily discounted at the moment. You'll get all my bets between now and the end of the WNBA season. But you can also just get my straight picks as well. That only costs $1 a day. I'll leave a link for both of those down below. So jumping into props, man, is the best tool you're going to find. If you like betting on player props, NBA, WNBA, it's got you covered. I encourage you guys to check it out. You get a 7-day free trial. Plus, you get a juicy discount when you use the code DAFT when you sign up. If you're interested in where I get my projections from for players' minutes on the NBA and WNBA, it all happens on RotoWire. I'll leave a link for that down below as well. But let's talk about this game. We'll do the NBA first. We've got the Knicks versus the Pacers. The Pacers are up 2-0, stealing 2 games on the road, which is wild. Been a really entertaining series to watch so far, and I'm sure this one's going to be great too. But in terms of betting, despite how well the Pacers have been going, I'm finding it real difficult to find an edge here on which Pacers player is going to play well because game 1 it was Hallie, game 2 it was Pascal. Miles Turner seems to produce the same type of bullshit in every single game. Naismith went crazy in game 1, slowed up in game 2. What's going to happen here in game 3? They're now at home where role players are expected to play better. Is it somebody from their bench? Shit, I don't know. But that's why I'm mainly betting on the Knicks. The Knicks, you know who's going to play. Very short rotation. I think the only thing that's up in the air at the moment is Josh Hart. Is Josh Hart going to play more minutes? Is Mitchell Robinson going to see more minutes? That's the only question mark. Outside of that, the rotation's pretty much set. So I'm rolling with Mikal Bridges today. And I never thought I'd say that, but Mikal Bridges, I feel like I can rely on him. And the reason why is those minutes. With Josh Hart, his minutes being questionable. I think he only played 28 minutes in the last game. Mikal Bridges is seeing insane minutes so far in this playoffs. If we just look at what he's done in the playoffs, he's averaging 40 minutes per game, which is insane. In this series against the Pacers, 46 minutes in game 1, 45 minutes in the last game. He's projected to play 43 minutes in this game today for game 3. So Mikal Bridges, I'm rolling with his rebounds. I like him over 4.5 boards. He's definitely going to be seeing the minutes for it, that's for sure. But there are more reasons to like Mikal Bridges than just the minutes. The minutes do help. It gives him more opportunities, of course. But the reason why I like his rebounds, firstly, his matchups against the Pacers have been great. Check this out. On the season, he's over this in 4 out of 5 games against the Pacers, averaging 5.2 rebounds in 39 minutes played. 4 games straight, 2 games in the playoffs. In terms of rebounding and how this is going to happen. So defensively, Mikal Bridges, he's spending about 65% of his time defending Tyrese Halliburton. And you're probably thinking, how the hell is this guy going to get rebounds if he has to chase Tyrese Halliburton on the perimeter? Halliburton is the one that makes this all happen. So Tyrese Halliburton will rarely look to attack Mikal Bridges. They're going to run a whole lot of pick and rolls, pick and pops, and they're going to try to get a switch. And he's hunting those switches. He wants to attack Karl Anthony Towns. He wants to attack Mitchell Robinson off the dribble. Whenever that switch occurs, Miles Turner or whoever it is who sets the screen, whether it be Siakam, whatever, they're going to drag Mikal Bridges down into the paint. and then give Tyrese Halliburton room to play one-on-one. And when that happens, it's going to take Mikal Bridges exactly where we need him, down low, closer to the rim, to get some rebounds. Another thing on the rebound battle that's been discussed in every single game is partly why Mitchell Robinson's seeing more minutes is because the Knicks need to rebound better. It's why bloody Bradley is seeing minutes off the bench for Indiana and not Benedict Mathurin, because the Pacers want to rebound better. And what this is really turning into is, if you take a look at the numbers, a lot of the bigs in the last game had a ton of rebound opportunities, but they didn't convert them very well. And that's because they're all heavily contested. A lot of these rebounds are being tipped around. And when the rebounds are getting tipped around all over the place, Josh Hart is usually the guy that scoops up a lot of these loose rebounds. Tyrese Halliburton does as well. TJ McConnell off the bench can scoop these rebounds up. But for the Knicks, like I said, Josh Hart's minutes aren't guaranteed anymore. He's not shooting the ball quite well. They don't know how many minutes to play the guy, but we know Mikal Bridges is going to be there. So there's going to be a lot of tip outs, a lot of heavily contested boards. And I think Mikal Bridges can have 5 of them just land on top of his head based on how this game should be played out. So rolling with Mikal Bridges to get some rebounds today. We're getting pretty decent odds for it. And I don't anticipate many people taking this bet either. So the line and the value should hold. So Mikal Bridges over 4.5 boards. That's the play that I have on the NBA. Now, jumping over to the WNBA, even though there is 4 games on, I've only got, I think, 2 bets down to take you through, because the WNBA is a little bit tricky to bet right now because they're not releasing a lot of lines for a lot of players. So a lot of the players that I expect to play well, a lot of them don't have lines available right now. So, but let's talk through the ones that I do have. And it's in the first 2 games. The first one's the Connecticut Sun versus the Atlanta Dream. And this one that I guess I've picked a bet on earlier, one where the line has moved, but I'm still brave enough to bet it. And we're looking at Breonna Jones. I'm taking her rebounds today, over 9.5 boards, close to plus money when I got on it. FanDuel, as I record this, is at plus 100, same as DraftKings. So pretty decent odds here for Breonna Jones. Now, I will call this out. At the start of her start of the season, geez, it's the Tourette's and stuff happening all over again. The start of the season, her rebound line was at 6.5. As the games progressed and she continued to dominate the rebounding, her line went 6.5, 7.5, 8.5 in the last game. Now it's 9.5. Like, it continues to go, and that's because she's been a queen. She's averaging 12.3 rebounds in the 4 games this season, over this line in every single one of them. So Breonna Jones just eating it up. Her only real competition is Brittany Griner, who's not actively chasing rebounds, often in poor position despite her size. Whereas Breonna Jones, you can see it, especially on the offensive end, really seals the defender in to try to get some offensive rebounds and putbacks. Smart player, gets herself in the right position. So I'm loving the rebounds here for Breonna Jones. 9.5 is as high as I would play it. If this does happen to move to 10.5, I probably wouldn't. But at 9.5, I'm happy to take the risk here. So she's projected to play 33 minutes here against the Connecticut Sun. And if you want to know where I get my projections from, it's all from RotoWire. I've got links for that down low. You get a 20% discount on RotoWire if you use my code. Atlanta, their front court is thin. We've got Breonna Jones. We've got Brittany Griner. Not too much talent outside of that. And Brittany Griner can always find foul trouble as well. That's the one thing I love about her. Plays with a lot of emotion, but she could find foul trouble very quickly. And if she does, that's even more minutes here for Breonna Jones. Love the upside on the offensive rebounding, like I mentioned earlier. And if we talk about the Connecticut Sun, they've been letting out some boards. Like their first game against the Washington Mystics, they let the rookie Kiki Irufin, she had 14 rebounds in the opener. Since then, they versed the Aces, 7 rebounds to Stokes, 10 rebounds to Asia Wilson, and then more recently the Minnesota Lynx, 11 rebounds to Nafisa Collier. They're just struggling to contain bigs on the glass, and they're giving up a lot of offensive rebounds, and Breonna Jones has been eating those things up. In terms of the context of the game, we've got a pretty low total, 157, which tells me, and it makes sense, right? The offense for the Connecticut Sun is not great. I expect a lot of misses from there. And for the Atlanta Dream, they're really focused on taking a lot of three-pointers. A lot of those three-pointers result in unpredictable long rebounds where anybody could really get it. Breonna Jones, with her experience and her wit, I think she'll find herself in the right position to get some offensive rebounds as well. So it's a strong mix of volume, matchup, plus the odds are great here. So I'm taking Breonna Jones over 9.5 rebounds. If you want to get spicy with it and get better odds, you can take it for a double-double as well. The next game, we've got the Aces versus Storm. And in this one, I think this is probably the most competitive game that we're going to see today. I'm rolling with Skylar Diggins-Smith. She's been going crazy in the 3 games. She's covered a points prop in every single one, right? I'm not betting her points today. I'm actually rolling with the assists, over 7.5 assists for Skylar Diggins. And it's pretty much Jewel Lloyd left. She joined the Aces. If anyone's down to do revenge games, you can bet on Jewel Lloyd, but I ain't into that. But Skylar Diggins, without Jewel Lloyd, all of the offense just runs through her. Now, this season, she's over this line in 2 out of 3 games. She had 4 assists against the Mercury in the opener. In that game that were blown out, 22-point blowout loss. Skylar Diggins was the only one that showed up that day. The rest of her teammates absolutely sucked. The potentials were there. They just couldn't convert nothing. Then she versed the Dallas Wings. The rest of her teammates remembered how to play ball again. She had 9 assists in 36 minutes. Then she got the rematch with the Phoenix Mercury, played 37 minutes, had 14 assists because her teammates who continued to shoot the ball quite well. So whilst I'm not anticipating another 14, I think she can definitely do enough to cover 7.5. Up against the Aces today, who haven't been excellent to start their season. They're clearly missing Kelsey Plum. Their offense looks a little bit rocky. They don't have much depth in their front court. Asia Wilson's playing, but there's not too much behind her. So the other thing I like about this is so far this season, Skylar Diggins and how she passes the ball. So this is one important thing to look at when you're considering assists. It's like there is something called the quality of assists. You wouldn't just look at potential assist numbers alone. There are certain players who rely on outside shooters to get their potential assists, and there are a lot of players who get assists in transition or assists down low in the bar under the basket, which typically convert higher because they're easier shots to make. And Skylar Diggins not getting a lot of assists to shooters on the perimeter. This Storm team doesn't necessarily have a lot of great shooters on the perimeter. They get a lot of their buckets attacking the rack and in transition. So Skylar Diggins getting 43% of her assists in the restricted area. What's great for us here is the Aces, they're currently allowing the most assists in the restricted area this season. So they're a little bit thin there. They do get punished in the pick and roll. Skylar Diggins loves to drive the ball, get to the free throw line. If she attacks the paint, I think she's going to find some opportunities there to either find a Gabby Williams cutting back door, Nyeka Ogwumike. She can finish from under the basket and in the mid-range. And Ezi Magbagor, we haven't seen a strong offensive performance from her yet. So there's definitely a few pieces, that Skylar Diggins could pass that ball to. I like the 7.5 assists here. It's quite high in terms of like the W. There's not too many players who have assist lines that high, but with Skylar Diggins, the minutes she's going to see, the usage rate she's going to see, the fact that this is expected to be a close game, we've got a 3.5 point spread. I'm liking what I'm seeing here. So Skylar Diggins, I'm rolling with her for over 7.5 assists. Now, the other 2 games, we've got the Sky and the Sparks. I haven't put anything down on these games. A few things I did consider, though, which you might be interested in. We could get a bounce back here from Angel Reese. Point signs at 12.5. 12 points in the opener. She shot 36%, which, honestly, that's what you should expect from Angel Reese. But then in the last game against the Liberty, she was 0 from 8 and then 2 from 6 from the free throw line. She was absolutely dog shit. And she's up against the LA Spark today. They give up a lot of points to put back. So they give up a lot of offensive rebounds. This might be the game to get Angel out of the rut. So this is one that I'm considering. I'm assuming market pressure might push this line lower. So if it does, and this line does come down to 11.5 at decent odds, it might be something that I bet on before the game starts. But that's one that I considered. Kelsey Plum to score some points is always a good look. Her usage rate is high. This Chicago Sky team's getting pummeled above the break. They're the worst team in defending above the break. They give up a lot of three-pointers. I can see Kelsey Plum getting to work today. It's a 4.5 point spread. So as bad as the Sky have been, the bookmakers are expecting them to stay in it. And if they do, and Kelsey Plum sees a lot of minutes and opportunities, definitely she could have a strong game. Then we've got the Mystics versus the Mercury, and I'm staying away from this one because the injury report's a little bit all over the place. For Washington, I'm loving the Washington Mystics, especially their rookies. Really excited to see how they play. But for Washington, we've got Aaliyah Edwards. She's likely to come back, which could impact Kiki Irifan, who's been playing great. And we also have Brittany Sykes. She's a game-time decision. That's their best player. If she doesn't play, there's big opportunities for a lot of these girls. If she does play, she pretty much sucks the usage rate out of everything. So that makes it a bit difficult. And then for Phoenix, you've got Satu Sabali and Alyssa Thomas, who pretty much do everything for this team. I had a look at their lines, and it feels like they're just about right. So I couldn't really find an edge or a reason to bet on anything related to them. So I probably won't. So yeah, I'll probably be looking at this Sky game closer to, and then this Mystics game as well. We'll see what happens when I wake up in the morning. But that's a wrap on today's video, gang. Do hope you like it. If you did, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're dropping bangers like this every single day. We're on the road to 30,000 subscribers. Help your boy get there. And if you want to support me in more ways than just subscribing to the channel, I'll leave links to everything that I use in the video description. If you use those or sign up to it, a little bit of money goes into my pocket, helps pay the bills, keep food on the table for my young ones. But I appreciate you all. Wish you the best of luck on this upcoming slate. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Sub to the channel cause your boy's getting busy. Coming to your line from the west side of Sydney. We've got the free picks and the juice on the daily. It's all free, you don't even have to pay me.